Meanwhile, on the Hall of lunchtime in Asagao Academy, it's Luckachu
Gaming.
gaming.
This is the Master Pikachu.
I'm Luck Percent SRL.
And we're playing, of course, Asagao Academy.
Normal Boots Club.
Also known as the Normal Boots
Club.
Dating Sim game.
Club.
And boy, is it great already.
Last episode, we got more of an introduction to our roommate, Mai, who showed us around a tiny bit of our room and the cafeteria. Then we got to see the whole cast of the Normal Boots Club, as in our dating choices. Oh my gosh, they are all hot. So now we're just, yeah.
Back at the dorm, I sorted through a pile of textbooks that the school left for me. My radio was playing a poppy tune, equal parts music to static. Mai fervently scribbled in a notebook at her desk, hunched over with respectfully poor posture.
Hey!
Hey, Mai?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. She didn't bother to look up. Am I supposed to have a textbook for this History 309?
That's a high class.
She shuffled through the papers on her desk before producing a thick textbook. A demure man in a powdered wig frowned at me from the cover. Yeah, this one. I sighed. I don't have that one. The school must have missed it. Mai shrugged and set the textbook back in her pile. They have a bunch at the library. You can just check one out.
I wish we had that at our school.
Oh, yeah. Where's the library?
At the library.
Mai rifled through her notebook and wrote something down. She tore the page out and handed me a crudely drawn map.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'll be back in a little bit. It took me at least 20 minutes to find the library. By the time I realized I was holding the map upside down, the sun was setting. Oh my lord, girl. The library was much larger than I expected. The walls lined from floor to ceiling with books on all sizes of rough wooden shelves. Intimidated, I headed toward the front desk. A recognizably green and gray jacket was bent over the counter. Who are we gonna meet?
Normal Boots. Those guys.
I briefly considered
Running away.
Hey.
It's Satch. Can I help you?
Too late. Yeah. The school forgot to give me one of my textbooks. I was told I could get it here.
Which one is it?
The History 309 textbook. He stepped from behind the counter and motioned for me to follow. We dodged between aisles in comfortable silence. He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. Oh, what was his name again?
Shane. Gerard. John.
No, not John. Satch.
Huh?
Oh, you work here? Of course he worked here. He chuckled, dimples appearing in his cheeks.
Yeah, I'm the librarian's assistant. It's my second year, and I love it. Get to help people find books that speak to them.
His eyes twinkled like a kid's on Christmas.
Your book's right down here.
He stopped at the row of thick, dusty books. Was this all history? And pulled out a book with the powdered wig man I saw earlier. Thanks! He waved his hand.
It was nothing. Do you need help with anything else?
I wanted to make a good impression on the Normal Boots Club, but I couldn't come up with anything. No. Thanks.
Copacetic.
You're welcome.
As we headed back through the cavernous library, my unease melted away. We weren't talking, but just being near him felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. I resisted the urge to snuggle up to him. Jeez. We neared the front desk, stepping around a clump of studying students. As we passed, one of them shifted.
You got some marks.
Something white flew past my face. A thick piece of triangular paper lay at my feet. I bent over and picked it up. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter inside of it. If I was just a hair slower, it would have hit me in the face. The students snickered, and I recognized the boys that made fun of my hair this morning among them. My heart dropped. I scanned my memory for anything I might have done to offend them, but came up with nothing. My hand started to shake. I hid it behind my back, trying to think of some way to defend myself. Why did you do that?
What do you mean? We're just messing around. Are you suggesting we did it on purpose?
I faltered. There was nothing more I could say. I was outnumbered. They would twist my words around, no matter how straightforward I was. No, sorry. One of the boys held his hand out for the paper. I inched closer to give it to him, angry at myself for being so compliant. I wished I were. A gentle warmth closed over my hand and took the paper from me. Satch examined the paper closely.
I see what the problem is. Your aim would have been better if you cut the corners before you folded it.
He placed the paper on the table. The boy looked at him in sheer awe.
Be careful, though. You almost hit her. That would have been awful.
My hands began to sweat as panic shifted through me, afraid of the response, but...
Jeez, we're sorry. We'll be careful next time. Yeah, it was an accident.
They apologized?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
He gave them a wide smile and continued off down the aisles. I followed closely behind them, my legs weak. Don't tell me they stopped because of him. Simply because I was with him. I wanted to thank him, but my heart was pounding so hard I knew my voice would shake. We reached the front counter and he scanned the history book. My lips trembled as I willed myself to say something, anything, to thank him. He tilted his head to the side.
What books do you like to read?
Fiction? He chuckled.
I just finished a good book. I think it'd be right up your alley if you don't mind me saying so.
Oh, he reached into the counter and pulled a thick green book and passed it to me.
I'll just say, if it's a thick green book, it's got the Normal Boost logo, I'm just gonna exit the room.
A man in black stood on the front, hugging a woman in royal robes.
Nope, never mind. It's long, but it's one of my favorites, The Princess Betrothed. I know things can be tough transferring to a new school. If you're ever worried, just read this. I'll transfer to you 100 miles away in a second.
It'll, not him.
He will.
Tears stung my eyes, so I ducked my head.
Satch.
Thank you, Satch. For more than just the books.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't think I got your name.
My name is Hana Mizuno.
I'm a transfer student.
Hana.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Anna. Let me know if you like the book.
I will.
Well, Satch was nice.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone better. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing. Like being doused in the midst of a waterfall. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? My cheeks hot, I left the library, two surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Maya was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of the notebook. Every few minutes she released a long, drawn-out sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. I lowered my books and took the bait. Is something wrong, Mai?
Look at this PJs, they look so expensive. They got like, is that supposed to be like collar?
Yeah, it's a collar.
It's a big collar.
She let another dreary sigh.
Oh, she's part of the soccer team. Or
That's
volleyball. Yeah, it's soccer. That's soccer.
volleyball.
That's soccer.
Oh, luck. I hope Jared noticed me this year.
Notice me, Senpai.
Does Jared know you like him? Maya rolled around in feigned shock.
What?
I don't like it, Jared.
I just want him to notice me.
Oh. I closed my book and set it aside, deciding to play along. Well, have you at least tried talking to him? No, I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again?
That sounds dumb.
She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it had never crossed her mind before. Yeah.
No, we'll say that for PBG.
Maybe I could do that.
We'll say that for PBG.
Satisfied, I picked my book back up. Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hana?
What?
Uh-huh. Me? No,
I'm
never.
too goddamn shy. What'd you expect?
Really?
Really? Never?
Never.
I bet you
10,000.
10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year.
That's what dating sims are.
You're crazy. I buried my face back in my book, barring Maya from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting girl, I'd take that bet. I woke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. What?
What?
Mine was already up, shuffling through a school bag with an enigmatic grin.
She was humming too.
The first day of school.
Hannah!
Oh God! Hannah, you're finally awake!
Hannah!
Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person.
So am I.
It's time for the first day of school! Aren't you excited?
Who is excited for the first day of school? Well, actually, a lot of people are.
I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. What do you mean? Is something special happening today?
It's the first day of school.
Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you.
But she's not freshman.
She winked.
What?
Someone like me?
Winky face.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, spickle, spickle.
She smiled and started messing with the pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? What if the problem wasn't actually the school? I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform. Oh! What is it? You look so cute!
Really?
Really? Heat crept up my neck.
Yeah!
Yes, completely! Your hair matches your uniform so well. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Thank you. Is she crying again? Water stung the back of my eyes. I turned to start packing my backpack. Why was I getting so worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought.
It's only the first day of school. How'd you get less sleep?
Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy.
Happy.
How dumb was that? I started crying the first time of someone being nice to me. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. What an oddly menacing thud. All the air left my lungs as something like a horse hoof slammed against my back. Ugh.
Irk.
You'll do just fine. Don't worry. This is going to be awesome. I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you?
What?
Huh? Mai stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Nothing.
Oh, she like slapped and she like patted your back.
Yeah. I was about to zip my bag up when I spotted a book Satch gave me laying on the nightstand.
Then I blushed immediately.
The Princess Betrothed. He had said if I ever needed to be transported somewhere far away,
He would take
it
there.
with me.
He would take you there.
It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to between class periods. But I need it for my first day of class. Take it. I put it into my already overfilled bag, biting my lip. It never hurt to be prepared, right? You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Then again, like you don't bring all your books to on one day because you got different classes on different days.
Just that they were in college.
This looks like a college. They look old enough to be in
Doesn't
college.
mean it is. Hee, stick with me and you'll be fine.
What if they don't have the same classes?
Mai opened the door and together we stepped into the hallway, merging to a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume. Why are you tasting perfume? What is wrong with you? Oh my! I didn't know we lived on the same floor. No way, really? That's so awesome. We'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and... The river of girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly, I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know.
What a jerk.
What a
Oh well,
jerk!
what a jerk he turned out to be. Mine's exclamation faded into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no. What would I do if we got separated?
Go to your classes and be a normal person.
She knows where it is. Anxiously, I searched the crowd of girls for Mai, but I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed in the same Asagao uniform. It was difficult to tell anyone apart, and being so short really didn't help the situation. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair a little ways in front of me. Mai? I reached between the two girls and tapped her on the shoulder.
That's not her.
Huh? Oh, who are you? The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of electricity shot through them. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away. Before I knew it, I stood outside of Primrose's house watching the flow of girls disperse among the campus. Mai was nowhere to be seen, and I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice.
Chippy voice.
Oh, man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. But I didn't even know where the building was. I reached in my backpack and dragged up my class schedule. Homeroom, 206 Poppy Hall. Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classrooms on the other side of campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late to the first day of class. As a third year, where no one knew me, all the people staring.
Hey!
Hey, you okay?
It's John.
You look a little lost.
It's John. Someone called out to me and I turned around, almost jumping for joy.
Hey!
It's John! When I froze. A Normal Boots jacket. He was part of the Normal Boots Club. Shock and a little jacket! I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. If this was a Normal Boots Club member, I had to make a good impression. He was one of the founders, right? Then he must be JonTron. Yes. I'm new. I don't know where Poppy Hall is.
You're a freshman. No problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there.
Really?
Really, that'd be wonderful. Thank you. Was this really happening?
He also called you a freshman. Ha 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 ha.
Oh. He began walking towards a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was some kind of show team. I wanted to step behind him. I didn't notice it when Mai pointed out to me yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He was basically a human puppy. I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye. Eep! A bird! A bird on his shoulder!
Oh, I did it again.
Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eye.
Jeez. Something wrong? Why'd you stop?
No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Hey!
Oh, this is Jacques. Isn't he cute?
Yes, yes.
Nice to meet you.
I
I can't do the Jacques voice. I'll try my
I
hardest.
love Jacques. It spoke? Isn't he a robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
He put his hand to his shoulder. Jacques jumps into his palm. I love Jacques.
Jacques is a robot bird. See?
Yeah.
Hello.
Jacques' eyes gleamed in a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird.
A normal bird in the Normal Boots Club.
In fact, if I had known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. That's amazing. Jacques twitched his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was.
What are you looking at? No, that's Jacques. I thought it was John because of the J.
Jacques.
What are you looking at?
What?
What? Nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Jacques can be a little sassy. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you. Jacques, that was one time! I was alone, starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless, afraid. Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to drama club. He's taking it a little too well to it. I see how that is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation.
Jacques took his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as if miffed. We resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall.
Amazing.
I love Jacques! I love Jacques! I love Jacques! He's one of my favorite things in the world. He's
Well,
so cute!
That was amazing. And I'm looking forward to more parts of this. So, thank you so much for joining. If you like this, well then, Jacques will most likely yell at you for not including in the conversation.
I love Jacques!
Until then, see you around.
Bye-bye!